So good day everyone, my name is Mark James Victoriano and my topic that I sent to me is all about qualitative research or qualitative techniques. So qualitative techniques is whereas qualitative data focus on things you can count like numbers and percentage. So qualitative data focuses on things you can observe but that are hard to count like changes in behaviors and attitude. Measuring these things is often done through interviews, diary, or other countable data. And qualitative data collection and analysis methods produce data that are not easily summarized in numerical form. So there are 6 types of qualitative techniques: the Phillips model, the ROI or the return on investment, the return on objectives or the ROO, the fourth is survey, and the fifth is focus group discussing or the FGO, and the last one is observation. So let's start with the Phillips model. So Dr. Jack J. Phillips, chairman of ROI Institute or the Return on Investment Institute, is world-renowned expert on accountability, measurement, and evaluation. So, Philips provides consulting services for Fortune 500 companies and major global organizations. And the author or editor of more than 75 books, he conducts workshops and presents at conferences throughout the world. Using 6 factors, the model quantifies the intangible, immeasurable dollar amounts. Reaction, satisfaction, and planned action is the first factors. As asking a question, how was the meeting received and what will happen as a result? And the second one is learning. How will the what they learn from it and will change their participant. And the third one is application implementation. How will they apply what they learn to their jobs? And the business impact is how will implementation affects the organization. And the fourth one, what is the monetary value of the impact? And the last one is the intangibles. If the impact cannot be converted to a monetary value, what are the intangible, the benefits? And the second qualitative techniques is all about ROI, measurement of intangible objectives. So, ano nga ba ang meaning ng ROI? ROI is return on investment. It is a mathematical formula that investor can use to evaluate their investment and judge how well a particular investment has performed compared to others. So, ROI calculation is sometimes used with other approaches to develop a business case for a given proposal. And Marcia Canor proposed another formula to measure intangible, which is total benefits are defined as savings or anything else that adds to the bottom line, while total cost include all costs related to the program, making it more inclusive than the basic approach. And the third qualitative techniques is return on objectives or the ROO. Looks in the cost benefits impact or hosting, attending, or participating in an event. So, ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng ROO? Refers to use of a non-sales metrics to gauge the impact of marketing activity. Focuses on defining and achieving specific measurable objectives. It is used basic management approach which can be applied to almost every aspect of business and has been around for almost half of a country. So, according to Silver's 2004, the main objective is to measure success beyond numbers. The actual return received by the attendee, participants, or client must be factored in. Thus, she recommended that ito daw po na recommends ng return on objectives of the ROO. First, for training meetings and conferences, achievements of learning outcomes, changes behavior, and development of strategies would likely be measure of success. Second, for conventions and exhibitions, Walk-away value, examples new ideas and tactics. And acquisition of contacts, example is networking and sales leads are often indicators of success. The third one is for festival and other planned public events, levels of enjoyment and participation as well as various of social and environment criteria might be sign of success. The fourth one is all about for focus related and fundraising events, increase awareness and endorsement may be more than important that amount of money raised. And the fifth one, for life cycle celebrations such as weddings, emotional impact, the fears of joys, and the father of the brides. Fourth, qualitative techniques all about survey. It is used to collect information about people, behavior, practices, and perception. Then the data is analyzed and interpreted. The fifth qualitative techniques is all about focus group discussing or the FGO. Um, in an FGO or FGD rather, a facilitator guides the group how a series questions. These are designed to prove that respondents for more details about the topic is being discussed. And the sixth qualitative techniques is all about observation. The research can either be an active participants in activity or passive observer. Calderon and Gonzalez, 2014 emphasized the observation is a superior techniques of collecting information from non-verbal behavior. In trends, there are types of trends, which is the first online survey. So, online survey instead of paper-based questionnaire and stakeholders are sent an email requesting for their feedback. The timing of an email is important to ensure that respondents still remember their experience at the event. The second one is the Google Analytics. Analyzing the data has never before been so far inconvenient, so you can now use Google Analytics to discover which online campaigns are influencing registration and being discussed on social medias and track the movements of attendees. And the last one is the big data. Big data is analytic is fast becoming the norm when measuring event success. However, the use and interruption of information must be aligned with your event objectives. So, analysis must be done across all phases of an event to provide real-time guidance for decision making, and moreover, this provides lesson learned for all event stakeholders. That is the 6 types of qualitative techniques, which is the Philippines model and the ROI measurement of intangible objectives, the return on objectives or the ROO, survey, focus group discussing, and the last one is the observation. And thank you so much guys for listening.